What's up, you guys? This is Robert at Shy Bears Plus. You found me on YouTube. Hit subscribe, tackle that bell, hit the like, leave a comment. Let me know what's going on. I'm also on Twitter at Shy Bears Plus and Instagram at Shy Bears Plus. What are we talking about today? Let the chain swing once again. Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. So our Bears win 19-14. That's what's up. What a game. What a game. Let's talk about it. 19-14. Probably should have beat this team by a lot more. That's all right. A win is a win is a win is a win. Even in an ugly season, it's good to be stacking up wins, especially when we're not going to make the playoffs and we don't have a first-round pick. That value's not going up any higher. And every time we win, it gets a little bit lower for the Raiders. So that feels good, right? When you're looking at the stats of this game, we had more turnovers than the Giants. So there was that. Better time of possession, 33 to 26. I mean, that's always good. We love it here on Shy Bears Plus. We love to possess the ball. Very good. Great job, everybody out there. But yeah, I guess all the stats that you could look at, it was just a great defensive performance by the Chicago Bears team. Just completely dominating this New York Giants team, which you thought should have happened and you expected it to happen, but you never know, man. You never know with this team for whatever reason, who's going to show up and what's going to happen. The Bears weren't particularly good on third down, 4 for 15. They did have 335 total yards, 270 passing yards, which is a little bit high for Mitch this season for whatever reason. We didn't run the ball very well. We did have some attempts, but typical Nagy fashion. You're not going to be doing 30 and 30. Trubisky had 41 pass attempts. Looks like 19 rushing attempts between Montgomery and Cohen. Did not run the ball very well. I don't know how this is going to work out with all these guys. I don't know if Trubisky's any good. I mean, he's pretty good. He's all right, average at best, looking as right now. Is he going to take that next step? Dude, I don't know. Is this team, this coaching staff going to get him to that next level? I don't know. Is Nagy going to get better at calling plays? I don't know, but I do know that we got the W today. So I guess I should probably stop complaining about it, maybe not be so hard on him, but it's an indictment of this team and this coaching staff, rather, that why we don't come out in no huddle 2 times, 3 times a half with this team. This team obviously performs very well with high tempo, as you saw at the end of the first quarter. Mitch just feels comfortable going fast. This team's built to go fast. Or, for whatever reason, they like lining it up and running power and with a fullback. Of course, we don't ever do any of that, but that's why it just drives me nuts, man, that we really should have beat the bricks off of this team, but you knew that we would try to Nagy it up a little bit. And they did try to Nagy it up a little bit, but they didn't Nagy it up enough. And I was thinking Nagy would be a great offensive coordinator for the Lions, the way he Nagy's it up and the Lions lining it up. I mean, it's a perfect fit if it doesn't work out here. But obviously, I think Nagy's probably a pretty good dude. I think Pace is a pretty good dude. Trubisky's a good dude. Cohen, for all his failures, is a good dude. There's so many good dudes on this team. It's so hard to root against them. I'm not trying to ship anybody out. I just want everyone to get better. Let's just get better, everybody. Let's do better. A little bit better today. Started off a little rough. 3 and out right away. Trubisky misses wide open receivers underneath. Tries to force it to Allen Robinson for whatever reason. The next time we get the ball back, a drop touchdown by Broniker. The smart kid, would he go to Harvard or something like that? Couldn't squeeze that ball, which then eventually led to an interception in the end zone. And it looked like they were running a trips play, kind of similar to like a 4 verts. I couldn't see the inside guy, but your 2 outside guys are kind of running 9s, and then your middle guy in that trip side is kind of running across, trying to run off that safety. And I'm pretty sure what you're trying to do there is trying to, well, if you have man, just, beat guys. But if you have a safety in the middle of the field there, or would end up being a linebacker, you're trying to get that safety to pick, and you throw it to the guy that he doesn't pick by running one wide receiver on either side of the safety or your deep defender back there. But anyway, looks like Allen Robinson didn't continue running across the field and then allowed a player to be out right in front of Miller and intercept the ball. Ogletree, dude, it was a good play though. Still, no doubt. That wasn't even his guy. He jumped up, elevated, got the interception. It was crispy. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty crispy. Hate to see it though. You hate to see it. What else we got going on here? Oh yeah, Trubisky and Allen Robinson hook up on a 66-yard pass. And then there's like a phantom hands to the face call that got called back. It looked bad in the first half. I didn't think we were going to get it going. I thought like I said, the pregame show, there's a good chance we could lose this game. Just how things sometimes begin to spiral when it gets negative. What do you think about Allen Robinson? Dude, you're not fast. You're a great route runner. You're not speedy fast. And when you get the ball in the open field, someone's eventually going to catch you. So stop carrying the ball like a loaf of bread. Shady McCoy gets away with it. There's people who get away with it, especially. But when someone's going to catch you and that ball's lagging behind you, one day it's going to cost us. One day. Quit being so cocky and just get that ball right up in here. Right here. Come on, man. Come on. Protect the ball. Yeah. I'd love to see more hurry up. I have so many notes about Nagy. No, Nagy did this. Nagy did that. It's like he tries to get too cute with everything, and then when it works, you're all right. But then when half the time, well, most of the time, it feels like it's not okay. Like when it's 2nd and 10, and you throw a bomb, and then you run a draw on 3rd and 10. You're like, all right, if you ran the draw on 2nd and ran the ball and tried to get a couple of yards, you wouldn't be in 3rd and 10. And then I don't know, man. It's the order that he does things is backwards. I feel like he's trying to trick everybody, and no one's fooled. No one is fooled. One thing, I was saying, man, I just feel like when we get down to the goal line, last year, I was like, oh, Nagy's going to call some cool play. It's going to trick everybody. Whether it be that triple option shovel pass to Burton that would always happen, or Santa Slay. And I was like, oh, yeah, we get within a 10. We're going to score. We got this. This year, it's oh, man. Panero's getting loosened up. Oh, man. Hey, we got the dub today, though. We're swinging chains. Feels good, man. So crispy. You'd love to see it. But, yeah, this year it's just been so much different. But to Nagy's credit, they, I don't know if it was designed to where they were shuffling wide receivers around to the left side. And then they ran, the quarterback sweep right with Montgomery lead blocking for the touchdown. Awesome. That's a great play call. Absolutely love it. Everyone's looking for more designed runs out of Trubisky because he could run. No one knows why he's not running the ball anymore. We haven't been doing it. They weren't expecting it. Pounded it right in. I love the creativity. Great job, Nagy. I'll call it out when I have to. I haven't been your biggest fan this year, but I'll give you credit when I do. Yeah. I had 19-7 in the third quarter. I'm thinking, man, thank God the Giants are super bad. I knew they were bad. I know they were super bad. They are so bad to let us just dominate them like that. We didn't really just kill it with just great play and blow them out of the water. They did a lot to themselves. They're just not being good. Our defense was just so much better than their offense. We got lucky. We got a little lucky a little bit because we really didn't just destroy them. We're not good on offense. We're just not, and I wish we were. I'm really hoping that we see some production towards the end of the year. If we lost this game, though, man, I really felt like it was going to be some time for one of those McCaskey family meetings. All right, look, we knew this team was bad. We didn't know they were this bad. But if we would have pulled off a loss to them, I don't know. But hey, man, a win looks good. Makes everybody feel good for a week. It feels good. Feels good, man. I love it. Cohen, 2 weeks. I'm finally, he's catching the ball. Looks like he's playing pretty good. And then he drops a ball. 80% of the time, Tariq Cohen's decisions make me want to start drinking. It just bad. Like what? I don't know, man. Every punt you're like inside the 10, outside the 10. You make the wrong decision regardless. No matter what, you just make the wrong decision. It's maddening. It's like, I don't know, man. Dude might end up getting traded at some point. I don't know if he's got another year, but he's just not progressing. Like, things aren't getting better. And he keeps dropping the ball. Like, you got to catch the ball. But then there was another play in the game where I'm like, oh, if, Cohen was consistent catching the ball, well, we had like an RPO with Montgomery in the backfield and Cohen in the slot, and then Trubisky just drops it right over the linebacker. Like, dude, that would be so devastating if you respected Cohen. And if I could trust him to catch the ball, like, I would love to see so much more of that and him being a weapon and moving around. But he gets the ball and he just tries to run out of bounds. He doesn't try to make anybody miss anymore. He just tries to get out of bounds. I don't know. There was something special there. There was a elusive factor, some sort of something that just doesn't seem to be there anymore. I'm just not in love with Tariq Cohen's play anymore. And the decisions were always something that you lived with. Like, let's be honest. Like, he's been doing this for a while now. But yeah, it's just not good. Not good. Give me Montgomery, a lot of it. A lot of Montgomery. A lot of it. And then, like, in the third quarter, let's talk about Nagy some more. 3rd and 10, and they dial up a deep route where we're absolutely destroying them. I think we're up to, like, we're up by a lot. Might have been 19-7 or something like that. And our defense is playing great. We end up dialing up a pick down the middle of the field. I still don't know what happened. I can only assume that they were taking a shot on Valentine or something. But of course, we don't get we don't get good replays in the NFL television. It's like they're trying to force you to buy the All-22 by giving you such bad coverage of these games. I'm like, man, I don't even want to go to games. Like, I could watch this in HD 4K on the television. It looks so good. You could see everything. And I feel like they just zoom in more and more and more and more every... Like, I'm trying to say, oh, well, is this going to be cover 2, cover 3? What am I looking at? I can't even see the two safeties half the time. I don't even know where to start diagnosing. It sucks. The NFL TV sucks. I feel like they're doing it on purpose, trying to make that dollar, trying to make an extra buck out of us, the people. But I spent a lot of that second half daydreaming. Like, man, you see the adjustments. Like, they went in and they're like, all right, cool, we can exploit this Valentine guy, and they went after him. It's like, if that happened all the time, I mean, or even if they could identify that in the first half, we almost went like, we scored in the first half. It's been a long time since we scored in the first half. We got that field goal, but I don't remember what the exact numbers were, but we've been on a streak of just not even getting points in the first half, which is super embarrassing. But yeah, I spent the whole first half, or second half, like I was saying, after the first half going, man, like, imagine what this offense could look like, maybe. If the play calling wasn't so schizo all the time, like, if he wasn't just nagging it up constantly, man, this is we won. I can't believe I'm being so negative. Oh man, but yeah, we're getting the fourth quarter, and of course, we're gonna try to let him back in the game. We're gonna stop tackling, and you can't blame it on time of possession this time. Like, we just, a little lack of focus. It's unfortunate. We played too soft of defense too early, like usual. Just like we did with Fangio and Pagano, same dude. Dude, respect to Pagano for coming out and stacking the run and trying to make Daniel Jones beat, and then also play with the spy a lot. Actually, I'd say that we made some changes where we actually brought some blitzes and tried to confuse the kid. And kudos, man. I thought we did a good job. They actually recognized that they didn't have a ton of talent back there. That you had to stop Barkley, and that they weren't going to just kill you with these wide receivers. For once, we didn't just do what we do and see what happens. We made the adjustment. So, Pagano, thank you. Hats off to you. Great job, man. This defense really did carry this game. So good. Got some short fields. Very, very good. Of course, like I said, the pregame show, of course, Tate's going to score a touchdown. I mean, I don't know how. It was like 4th and 10 or something like that, or 3rd and 10, and they just throw the bomb right over that. And he just goes up and gets the TD. Like, he's just one of those dudes, like a Randall Cobb, that, like, you know, if they just make a career off anytime they play the Bears, they're for sure going to do really well. Like, it sucks. There's just a couple of guys out there, and I just knew Golden Tate was going to just shred us. But it wasn't that bad. But he did get that touchdown. It made it a little interesting. Had the people on Twitter getting a little bit nervous. I myself was a little bit nervous also. Just being full disclosure, right? But yeah, we had a 3rd and 1 late in the game. And cool, Nagy, not so much used it was a fullback, and then motioned like Fultz out to the to like a wing or maybe like an offset eye, and they run some sort of a counter, and I believe it was Coward and Fultz both just missed their blocks on the counter. Didn't get the 3rd and 1. It was so bad. It was such a like. I just don't understand why we can't do what people do to us. Like, hey, it just anytime we pull like a tackle, Massey or Leno or something, they whiff. Anytime we pull a guard, they whiff. Just like in that play. Anytime we have any kind of these linemen that have to move laterally, they can't figure out who they have to block. Then they're too late, or they whiff, or they just play patty cake. Like, let's just try double teaming linemen and then busting someone's head open with a fullback. Like, let's just try it. I feel like let's get these guys. I don't. They're like not smart enough to think quick enough like to who they got to get a helmet on. Even when they do, like Leno comes up and just and the guy missed the play or whatever. He like fell down one time today. He's coming around the edge. He's coming and pulling, and he just fell down. Like, dude, you're not doing anything for it. You're not doing anything for us. It's just brutal. But yeah, let's just try to run straight forward. And that's like, I don't know why we don't. Like, these guys just can't. I don't want to let them to think anymore. Just go pound the damn ball. Let's go pick up some yards. I mean, of course, we're going to be trying to figure out what our identity is all the way until week 17 because, you know, we just can't figure that out. You know, what kind of personnel that we have. You know, it's so Bears. What a crap year. It's good. We might actually finish over 500, but just so disappointing, man. Hats off to Mac for showing up and just manhandling Solder a couple times. Even if he only got one sack, there was a couple times he just got pressure, just barreling through people, used some speed, dipped the hips, locked the arm up there, kept his hands off of him, and just came through and made some plays. Floyd was making some pressures too, and then sometimes he was spying, and he was just so much more athletic than Daniel Jones, where I mean, he was just stuck. He was just stuck there, and he played with some discipline when they tried to boot out around him, and he just stayed home. I mean, maybe with the lack of sack numbers, like we'll be able to hang on to him for like a really, really cheap price because I wouldn't mind having him around. And at the very least, if we even signed a better pass rusher and mixed him in, like he does a lot of things good. I mean, he's just not like a $20 million a year guy. You know, he's not going to get a mad contract. He can't. We couldn't pay him that. He's not worth it. 15. But I'm sure there's some kind of a point where maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to get him back. Nick Wachowski looked fine out there again. Like, dude, I was hating on him. He's just hit another level in his game where, he's not as much of a liability. I know that it wasn't, Jerry Rice running routes out there or whatever, and they were two tight ends short, but, injured on number 3 and 4. The guy, I think they signed off the streets to play in this game. But still, I mean, he didn't look bad. He was making sticks. Has to be accounted for. Nick really stepping up, man. Look, let's just be. I still don't know what Trevathan's injury is. I don't know why that hasn't been announced. Why the big secret? It's so weird. Like, you would think just that the reporters would be like, hey, okay, it's been like 2 weeks. Did you ever diagnose that elbow or what? But it is what it is. I'm sure that's being a reporter is a hard job too. We all got a hard job, right? But yeah, I do appreciate that the sub adjustments that actually did happen in this game, where you have we score 3 points in the first, and we come back out and at least get 16 or so. Felt pretty good. We could go ahead and go to Detroit, play on Turkey Day, get another win. I think we'll be 500 then. It wouldn't be so bad. Like it'll feel pretty good. I just don't want this to be a situation where it just spirals into nothing. However, I don't want this season to turn into a situation where we end up a game or two over 500 and everyone feels real good about stuff and we're not making like honest evaluations about the people on this team playing football, the coaches, everybody, all the way up and down. Needs to be honest evaluations of what you have here and what we need to do to be better. Because I actually do feel like this team is underperforming. There's better talent out here than what has been happening on the field and better than the record suggests. But it is what it is. We are where we are. I'll get back to you before this game. Gonna be out in Detroit for family. Get some turkey. Gonna get some turkey on. Gonna do that whole deal. And so I might have to do like a post-game show for that show on Friday, the day after or something. Because I'll probably be traveling. I don't even know when I'm gonna come back yet. I haven't quite made that decision. So anyway, I'm Robert, @ShyBearsPlus. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. If you like this video, just go ahead and tackle that like. Tackle that bell. You don't want to miss any content. If you haven't subscribed, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. The show is so crispy. You'd love to see it. Leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. You guys have a good short week here. Enjoy your Bears Victory Monday. And as always, Bear down.